You're listening to Civic Media. You can tune into any of our live shows on any radio station across the state with the Civic Media app. Find us in your phone's app store and listen anytime, anywhere. This is your WCFW Daily News Roundup for 105.7 CFW in Chippewa Falls and 93.5 The Tap in Eau Claire.
For WCFW News, I'm James Kelly. One person was killed in a two-vehicle crash involving a plow in Chippewa County on Sunday morning. According to a press release from the Department of Transportation, the plow was conducting winter maintenance on Highway 29 when it was hit from behind by the 19-year-old driver. The 19-year-old was pronounced deceased at the scene when authorities responded, and the driver of the plow was not reported injured in the crash. The Wisconsin State Patrol is investigating the collision, but say the teenage driver did have alcohol in his system. Pierce County Meats has announced an expansion of a voluntary recall originally issued on January 13th. The updated recall includes 6 additional products sold exclusively by Big Acres Meats in Prescott prior to January 24th, including cheese curd brats, multiple hot dogs, and cranberry Swiss summer sausage. Residents should check products purchased from the site that carry a mark of inspection for establishment number 132. Officials have not reported any illnesses related to the consumption of the products over the last few weeks. A Rice Lake man charged with homicide by intoxicated use of a vehicle is set to head to trial. According to court records, 45-year-old Stephen Anderson will face trial in August after being accused of crossing the center line on County Highway SS in Barron County in September and crashing into another vehicle, killing the driver and injuring a passenger. Authorities say when they responded to the scene, they allegedly found Anderson slumped over the steering wheel with an open container before testing at the hospital showed he was intoxicated. Wisconsin has joined a group of 9 other states and the District of Columbia in fighting to maintain higher standards for lead in the water system. The federal rule went into effect on December 30th and is facing a legal challenge by the American Water Works Association. Wisconsin Attorney General Josh Kaul says the common sense rule should remain in place as lead exposure has been shown to be a health hazard, especially for children. Governor Tony Evers also announced an emergency rule raising lead standards in his State of the State address. Wisconsin Senator Tammy Baldwin and a bipartisan group of lawmakers have introduced legislation to protect AM radio. The bill would require automakers to continue making AM radio accessible in their new passenger vehicles at no additional cost to consumers. The lawmakers say AM radio is a crucial service, especially for farmers who use it to receive critical emergency information and local news. Automakers would have 4 years to comply with the new rule and would be required to inform drivers if AM radio is not available in a vehicle in the interim. Governor Tony Evers and the Wisconsin Office of the Commissioner of Insurance have announced record-breaking enrollment through the Affordable Care Act. According to a press release, over 313,000 Wisconsin residents signed up for health insurance on the individual marketplace during the 2025 open enrollment period. That increase represents an 18% boost over last year and is the highest enrollment the state has ever seen. Governor Evers said the enrollment jump shows how important defending the system is. Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers made a visit to Chippewa Falls on Friday to celebrate the opening of one of the first federally funded electric vehicle charging stations in the state. Governor Evers joined local representatives at the Quick Trip on Chippewa Crossing Boulevard for a demonstration on how the electric vehicle chargers work. During the visit, he reiterated his administration's commitment to ensuring EV drivers have adequate places to recharge along highway corridors, lowering barriers for residents who wish to purchase the vehicle. School District of the Menominee Area Superintendent Dr. Joseph Zadowski has released a letter reassuring parents about their funding situation. The letter comes in the days following various executive orders by President Donald Trump targeting federal funding. In the letter, Dr. Zadowski assures parents that the district will not be pausing any work related to federal programs and that the Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction has assured them that the funding for federal formula programs has already been appropriated by Congress. A bipartisan group of state lawmakers are once again proposing an extension of Medicaid coverage for postpartum mothers. It's the second time that the bipartisan group has advocated for the legislation, but Assembly Speaker Robin Vos says it's unlikely the proposal will become law this session. Wisconsin is one of only 2 states in the country that have not extended the coverage. The extension would allow mothers on Medicaid to receive a full year of coverage to protect against a number of post-birth medical issues. A new projection by the Legislative Fiscal Bureau found that Wisconsin's state surplus is actually a bit larger than previously anticipated. The organization projects Wisconsin will finish the 2023-2025 budget with a surplus of $4.3 billion, and the tax revenue will be nearly $900 million higher than expected in November. Officials say the increased revenues will be a result of President Donald Trump's proposed tariffs, which are expected to increase inflation. State Republicans have pushed for tax cuts through the budget surplus. For WCFW News, I'm James Kelly.
The Bucks lose to the Grizzlies. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with sports. The Bucks lost at home, 132-119 to the Memphis Grizzlies. Milwaukee's now lost 4 of their last 5 games. The Bucks had the lead, but let it slip away. Head coach Doc Rivers.
I thought the game changed in the middle of the third quarter. I think we had a 10-point lead, had the ball on the side out, and turned the ball over, and they got a 3-point play. I thought that was a turning point of the game.
The Bucks are back at it tonight on the road in Oklahoma City against the Thunder. College hoops, Marquette losing at home over the weekend to UConn, 77-69. The Golden Eagles play St. John's tomorrow night. The Badgers beat Northwestern, 75-69. The Wildcats without their second leading scorer, Brooks Barnheiser, after he suffered a broken foot last week. Head coach Chris Collins.
The decision was made to shut it down. He's not going to be with us the rest of the year, but he left it all out there. I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional, but I love that kid.
That's Northwestern head coach Chris Collins. With sports, I'm Mike Clemens.
On your entertainment beat, I'm Pete Schwaba. If you're a fan of the video game Fortnite and Sabrina Carpenter's music, this might be the most earth-shattering news you've ever heard, so have a seat. The pop star is in talks to have her image featured in the game Fortnite, according to Forbes, which reports the game will use her music and develop a skin in her likeness. Other artists that have been featured in Fortnite include Eminem, Bruno Mars, Lady Gaga, Mariah Carey, and Metallica. I still love watching people do the Fortnite dance. Selma Blair is back to work. The actress is the star of films like Cruel Intentions, The Sweetest Thing, and A Guy Thing, co-wrote by yours truly. Did you really think I was above making a shameless plug? Blair announced in 2018 that she was dealing with multiple sclerosis. According to Variety, the actress has signed on to 3 new film projects, including Stay Forte, which is the story of the 3 Israeli hostages taken by Hamas October 7th of last year. No real details were given about her MS, other than the actress says she's feeling much better. The Oscars are just 4 weeks away, and if you missed some of the Best Picture nominees the first time around or don't have access to the films in theaters, don't despair. The Brutalist, A Complete Unknown, I'm Still Here, and Nickel Boys are unavailable to stream at the moment, but the rest of the nominees are available to watch in the comfort of your own home. Honora, Wicked, and The Substance are all on pay-per-view for anywhere from $4 to $20. 20 big ones might sound like a lot, but oftentimes is cheaper than actually going to the theater. The following potential Best Pick winners are free if you have the appropriate platforms. Conclave is on Peacock. You can catch A Real Pain on Hulu, and Amelia Perez is available on Netflix. Check them out. It will make watching the Oscars more fun. And at those prices, you can't afford not to be a couch potato. Sean Baker's film Honora drew a Best Picture nomination for this year's Oscars. I have not had the pleasure yet, but I did catch one of Baker's previous films, The Florida Project, and was blown away. The film is so real that if native Wisconsinite Willem Dafoe wasn't in it, you would think you were witnessing the lives of real people who live in the low-rent Florida hotel where the film is set, just on the outskirts of Disney World. Dafoe plays the manager who is constantly trying to keep tourists and his own down-and-out residents content, while often looking out for their kids. The film is heartbreaking at times, but also oddly uplifting. Baker's script is full of real and heartfelt dialogue, and his verite directing style makes it so easy for viewers to lose themselves in this chaotic world. And just when you think you have the story figured out, Baker takes it in another direction. I did not see the ending coming. If you can, check out The Florida Project. It is definitely one of Pete's picks.
Light snow is going to end this morning, then it will be mostly cloudy here through the day today. Our high 27 with wind out of the north at 5 to 15. Tonight it'll be partly cloudy. We'll drop down to 8 above tomorrow. Mostly cloudy and a bit colder with a high of 18. I'm meteorologist Sean Cable. Currently it's 28.
That's your WCFW and the TAP Daily News Roundup from Civic Media. Subscribe to this podcast on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you find your podcasts. Find more news at WCFW.FM or thetap.fm. The national news cycle never stops, but it can be hard to find news about your local community. Civic Media is dedicated to providing quality local and state news coverage across Wisconsin. With the Civic Media app, you can get notifications about local stories that matter to you and your community. Find the free Civic Media app in your phone's app store and choose notifications from the menu to tell us what kind of news you want to hear about.